Hey, want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Hey, want to see my Mighty Pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate. That's me, Guybrush Threepwood. In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth. Treasure hunting is important for any pirate. Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials. Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck. LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map. The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface. You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. You had to brew a special potion. We wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? I defeated LeChuck, and he basically exploded. By then, I had learned that ghosts like LeChuck are vulnerable to root beer. It was the beginning of something magical. These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Wood. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his. The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic. One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up. The fact that he turned her into a statue tells me LeChuck doesn't really love Elaine. He thinks of her as furniture. I got buried alive. Things backfired on LeChuck, because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for. This was a great day. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently that's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. This is the daisy we stomped on together. Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried. The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate or even an insult at all. Or was it? LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale. Everything started because they thought Elaine was dead. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. I had to wear a hook for a while. The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread.
Ok. Ah, moi je veux toutes les énigmes.
Take this, LeChuck!
Guybrush, come over here, gently now. Remove my mask.
Will you promise to stop picking on me?
All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next?
Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents.
Yeah! Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells.
Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real. Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir.
Come on, I saw a scurvy dog shack back there.
Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those.
No way, you have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling.
Wow. The words don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog. Those glasses are thicker than the layer of grease on the floor.
You kids better have money.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of money. Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure. If you give me a piece of 8, that's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is.
Good for you. You can have a couple of dogs if you give me one.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't like kids. I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
I guess never mind.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there.
They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it.
I once got a scurvy dog.
I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
That's where the outhouse key was. It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else.
Some places you go have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
How much is a mug of grog?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it.
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2 pieces of 8.
C'est Belzébuth. C'est Return of Monkey Island. Il est sorti le 19
I once
septembre là.
had the hiccups for 4 days
Et
straight.
c'est la suite de Monkey Island qui est sorti en 92. Enfin, il y a eu le 2 ensuite, il y a eu... D'ailleurs, il est peut-être sorti même avant 92, le premier.
It's locked. Good thing I've got the key in my pocket.
Good, you unlocked it.
Et c'est un click and machin.
Did you know you can keep a scurvy dog warm by sticking it in your armpit?
C'est un jeu énigme.
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a...
I thought it was a piece of 8 at first. A fake coin is almost as good as a real coin. Gross.
In France,
Gross. Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
no way. You do it.
Okay. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. What is this stuff? Smells the same as the toilet. I'm not sure how we can get scurvy dogs without any pieces of 8.
We might have all we need.
Merci.
I don't think that guy can see very well.
Alors moi c'était audio. Non. Interface. Tools, texte.
I can stand on my head without using my hands.
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
Nah, I want to get...
Hey, Chucky, stand over here for a minute.
Nah, I want to get scurvy dogs.
Exhibit removed. Aw. Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at.
Yeah, let's get scurvy dogs instead. I'm hungry.
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors.
Let's go next door and get scurvy dogs. I want to say 2 scurvy dogs at the same time.
This would be great for apple bobbing. We'll get some scurvy dogs and then go play over there.
Ok.
What can we get with this?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
Take 'em, boy.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours. This is the perfect food. What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do? That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. See you around the park, shitheads.
Ah, c'est
That's
le
a cool
concours de
anchor.
crachat.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger and bigger because then the current bow-shaped design is actually less effective than the sharper V-shaped design. But the older design went out of fashion after sailors started to think that you can still find the old kind around sometimes. But on a modern anchor, if you look close, you can tell that that's to prevent what's called plummeting, where the anchor goes down too evenly, and then it does the little flanges at the tips are at different angles to make it twist on the way down. Most anchors these days are made of iron, and you have to recast them like twice a year because they rust. About 30 years ago, somebody thought of a way to get around. All kinds of people invested a lot of money, but the only way they could keep them from floating was to attach another anchor. The word anchor comes from the Sanskrit word nagara, meaning city. They're called that because when you stop in the middle of the ocean, it's like you've made port at an invisible city. Yeah, I'm kind of an
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
Hey, Chucky, wanna race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
Did you know your feet won't smell if you don't wash them?
Hey, hands off!
At home, I've got a collection of old Scurvy Dog sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really
C'est
good
Ruby.
for Scurvy Dogs. You're not gonna touch the ground with your Scurvy Dog.
No, of course not. Gross.
You should put that on your Scurvy Dog.
C'est bon.
I'm saving this scurvy dog for myself. Don't feed the duck. Do not pick the four-leaf clover. Let's look for a four-leaf clover.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
One.
Awesome.
There was still one left. Darn.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way. You'll never catch up to my level.
I win.
I win.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
Did you know your feet won't smell if you don't wash them?
I should throw my coin in and make a wish. I wish for a cool plant.
A plant? What a waste of a wish.
Ooh.
Ah!
take it back. That was the best.
Donc je dois donner à manger au canard.
Are we done here? We might not be able to come back if we head this way. I have an extra tooth in the back.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids. Having fun?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
c'est
got
pas Guy
Scurvy
Brush.
dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh, boy. That takes me back.
Excellent.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about. Kids, let me tell you a story that is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat.
Ah putain, c'est vraiment comme à l'époque, c'est génial.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals and get things rolling. Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know, freebooting mostly, swashing buckles and so on. But now I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck.
What? LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no, I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him. He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, terror of the seas, and sometimes the land. A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain. And a loud talker. And I'm not those things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I know?
LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the point. We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
Funny. He said the same thing about you.
That guy steals all my best ideas.
Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Seems like he was here first.
I don't know how he found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get one up on me. I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melee. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
We'll see.
I detect a certain resemblance here.
Yes, it looks a lot like an owl, doesn't it?
My business right now is down those stairs with 3 pirate leaders and... Re-elect Governor Carla. She's dedicated to dedication. I'll talk to the pirate leaders before I go see what LeChuck is up to. I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
I hadn't heard there was a change of leadership.
Oh no. Did nobody remember to notify you?
Maybe your party invite got lost in the mail.
Where are the 3 older guys who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making
la
up
musique, elle est bonne, hein.
trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Is it you I should talk to about
D'ailleurs, le
financing
son
the
est bon?
expedition?
An expedition. Who is it
vous
that you
entendez?
think you are exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait,
merci.
it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
It's a personal passion of mine. I really want to find it.
Your weird fetishes are not something I need to hear about.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out.
Dans la voix de Guybrush, elle me dit quelque chose.
I could make it worth your while to help me hire a crew. A percentage of their earnings or something?
No one in here wants to chase your pipe dream.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies. Fine. I don't need you or your money. I can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes. I like the old pirate leaders better.
Un trophée de pêche.
It's those three clowns at the back table.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Good.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Still in public service. Fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to
C'est
promote
pas
Limes
banal.
as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
Those new pirate leaders seem like real jerks. Why do you even let them in the bar?
Well, they've driven off my old regulars, so I don't have a lot of choice if I want to stay in business. Also, if I tried to get them to leave, they'd probably cut me up and throw me in the soup. Frankly, I'm terrified of them. On the plus side, they have more disposable income and better hygiene than the old crowd.
The atmosphere in the bar is different than it used to be.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I've got to cater to the new crowd. Everything changes, Guybrush.
But the roaches stay the same.
I've missed your wit. And your low alcohol tolerance.
Hey! Did I mention I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island?
No, I don't think you did. Well, that's exciting. So you'll be hiring a ship at the docks?
I'm thinking I'll steal one.
As far as I know, the only ship out there is LeChuck's.
Even better. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Bold. I like your thinking.
Ooh, I think I hear the health inspector.
What? Where?
Just kidding. That joke never gets old. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Will do.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Then you have a packet of stick-on stars. Will you advance me the down payment on a ship if I help you clean up?
Put that down before you hurt yourself.
What?
Clearly, there's a lot you don't know about mobs.
Honestly, I think I prefer to keep it that way. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Active little guys, aren't they? Looks like a mugshot.
Stay away from that picture.
I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
C'est vraiment à l'ancienne. Hein.
Ooh, I think I hear the health inspector.
What? Where?
Just kidding. That joke never gets old. Keep up the good work.
Thanks. Will do.
Vraiment vérifier tout.
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand it before bursting into flames. I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like pirating to me.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Ha! It'll turn out to be a t-shirt or something.
Yo ho!
Oh, c'est Hélène.
Elaine?
Guybrush!
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
I was hoping you'd turn up in this story.
I was hoping you'd turn up in mine.
How's your scurvy prevention project?
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
You wouldn't happen to have a ship with you?
No, silly. I came on a charter. Just like you.
I figured that, but it never hurts to ask. I'm finding it harder than I thought to get hold of a ship and a crew for my expedition. The new local leadership was less than supportive.
Why don't you ask around at the docks? I'm sure you can find something.
Thanks. I'll try that. Sounds like we both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
I have to get going.
Oh, so do I. Lots to do. Bye.
Bye. Well, the voodoo here must be authentic, culturally, and historically accurate. The sign says so. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you.
You mean...
Fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only you can manage to be late, even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much. The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
Ooh. You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way, think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge. Now you must go. I have a luncheon, and your destiny lies at the docks.
It does?
Most assuredly.
Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Oh, At Chamber of Commerce midnight luncheon. Back shortly. Oh, yeah, that clock has been broken for decades now. At Chamber of Commerce midnight luncheon. Back shortly. Looks like Wally's got a new place in Melee. I hope he's not still sore about the monocle. Hi.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. It seems to be stuck closed. It's hopeless. I've got a few coins for incidentals. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also,
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan!
Yeah.
Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice.
C'est toujours aussi,
Big news.
assez cool.
I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore. But maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Possibly, though it was kind of tricky last time, and I didn't get much out of it in the end.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors.
Imagine that. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I notice you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
We'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks. Watch your boots.
Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as
C'est un
well.
vendeur de cercueil, lui, dans les autres.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Oh, that's terrible.
Believe me, I feel worse about it than you do.
Could I get a ship from you after you're out of jail?
Don't count on it, son. I expect to be released any time, but I haven't even got anything on back order. It pains me to lose a sail, but if you need to get off this island, you're gonna have to find another way.
Could you refer me to a competitor?
Stab me in the heart. You'd go to a competitor? Where's your loyalty, son?
Well, seeing as you're in jail and have no ships and can't help me, I thought...
It doesn't matter anyway. There's no competition. I drove them all out of business long ago. Nobody can play the angles like old Stan. I didn't really anticipate a situation like this one coming up.
Any tips on how to steal a ship from someone else?
One word, son. Mutiny. Get yourself on board a worthy vessel, gain the confidence of the crew, wait for the right moment, and strike. If you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Anything I can do to help you, let me know. As long as it doesn't involve selling you a ship.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters, it's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. See you later.
Yep. How's your day?
Welcome to my shop.
Hi. At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I see a peninsula trailing off into small islands, but no X marks the spot.
It's southern Florida. I have family there.
Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
These are nice.
It's a locksmithing test.
Close it all up, and if you get the key out, you pass?
That's the beginner level, yes. The real challenge is to lock the larger box inside the smaller one.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locksmith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask,
Les verres houillés.
yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary, just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the Undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
Would she move when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key. One that opens all locks at once.
That seems enormously useful.
Maybe. Depends on if you can close them again.
How would you like to join a pirate crew?
Would I have to leave my shop?
Well, yes, that's the general idea. The crew actually get on the ship and, crew it.
Thanks. I'll pass. Try down at the docks. There's always somebody hiring somebody down there.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted.
That's an impressive machine.
Yep. This wouldn't be much of a lock shop without a key grinder.
Can I try out your key grinder?
No. I wouldn't want you to lose any fingers.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
I see everyone in that portrait has lovely locks.
If you have to make a pun, at least make a good one.
Handsome looking parrot.
And also vicious. But it was my mother's favorite.
Is that from a famous locksmith band or something?
My mother's band, the Golden Keys. They were named after some actual golden keys that she spent a bunch of time looking for.
Ok, bon. Il n'y a pas d'objet particulier.
What's that?
That's for a lockable quiver. And please, don't touch the glass.
What's this key?
That one is only for going in, never for coming out.
What's this key?
That one's for making a quick exit from somewhere you're trapped.
What's this key?
That opens a long, straight wardrobe for keeping long, straight dresses.
What's that key?
That activates a mechanical kettle. And please, don't touch the glass.
What's that lock?
That's for hats. And please, don't touch the glass.
Ok. Bon, c'est infini les blagues.
Carla.
Ah, les graphismes, ils sont
Guy
cool, hein.
Brush Threepwood.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed-up hack.
C'est un concours d'insultes, hein.
When was the last time you had a bath?
Ha! That was marginally clever.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
Ah voilà, j'ai avancé, donc j'ai gagné.
You should never have given up being Swordmaster.
Who says I did?
Oh, sorry, I just assumed. Governor seems like a full-time job.
It is. But there's room for overlap if you're creative about it. I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
Elaine said that program is being hampered by Captain Madison.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I'll be needing a crew. You interested?
Ha! I'd rather swallow a live badger than crew with you again.
Sans vouloir
offense
t'offenser.
So, unlikely but still possible?
No. You want a crew, go down to the docks and hire one.
Is there a government program that funds expeditions to find secrets of Monkey Island?
Oh, gosh. You're too late for that one. We canceled it last year and diverted the funds to build a habitat for the rare Caribbean whining leech.
Darn.
There's a ship at the docks that's headed for Monkey Island.
I think you're talking about LeChuck's ship.
Do you want to go to Monkey Island or don't you?
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
It's a lot of work being governor.
Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
I've seen that same painting on a box of... Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today. Warning, the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're at Museum of Pirate Lore. At Chamber of Commerce Midnight Luncheon. Back shortly.
On va aller dans la forêt.
A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. Ooh, purple flowers. These must be catmint, or wisteria, or sweet rocket. Ugh. I'm hopelessly lost without a map. I'm hopelessly lost without a map. Meathook's museum is gone. So is the cable to his island. It's just as well, given the worldwide rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shortage.
C'est dans le clin d'œil.
Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. Has LeChuck's ship set sail yet?
Nope. Still at the dock.
Hi there, little guy.
Hi.
Wow, it's worse than I imagined. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. It always looks bigger on this side of the island. It's a dried up old sea sponge. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
Bateau d'occasion tout neuf.
It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush?
Ah, une brosse à dents.
It's good for relieving stress.
Ouais, il faudra que je chope.
It's soft and extra fuzzy. Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? Short of swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated?
I thought so.
I'd make a great bosun.
Exactly what qualifications have you got for that?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 8.
Don't waste my time, okay?
How about ship surgeon?
I assume you have some kind of medical degree?
Is that a definite requirement?
Sorry.
I could be the gunner. Oh, I'd be great at that. Boom, boom.
You look a little scrawny. What do you bench?
Bench? No problem. I sat on one for 12 hours once. I can take it.
I have a lot to do today.
Maybe Swabby's not so bad after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck. No relation.
What a coincidence. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry. Can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop.
Donc il me faut un déguisement. Et une serpillière.
How clever.
Le ship.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Ah, ça y est, ils sont revenus. Ok. Alors, à côté, la rue basse.
The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers. They're having a half-off sale. Pointy.
It is a non-magical, ceremonial...
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons. Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. The product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and future, throughout this and all possible and impossible universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
Ok, j'ai un couteau.
It's my very own, very sharp, non-magical ceremonial knife. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There's always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
I'll take this disgusting shrunken head.
That's my last one. Quite the bargain.
An empty basket. I should have gotten here last month. Too bad it's empty. Keep up the good work, buddy. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Everything's spilled out of it in a puddle. Not for me. Looks like it's been there forever. It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
It says everything must go, but it says it with numbers.
All my merchandise is top shelf.
Can't you at least wait until I say what I'm thinking? It's creepy. I've always been impressed by your chair.
Thank you.
Ok. Bon, j'ai des nouveaux objets.
The voodoo lady said it was a forgiveness frog. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair.
Ok.
Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed! Wait! Let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, Don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Alors, la prison...
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed... It seems to be stuck closed. That never ends well for the knife. Looks like a volcano island with horns that swallowed a basketball. Hey, Wally!
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Ah bah là, il me faut la carte de la forêt.
I'm looking for a map through the forest.
What are you trying to find in the forest?
I don't know. Nothing in particular.
Then having a map won't really be any different than wandering around lost, will it?
Yeah, but, I mean, well, never mind.
Ouais, je vais me faire mon café. À tout de suite.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island?
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
Well, I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle.
C'est génial, hein.
I'm
Franchement,
about to
c'est à l'ancienne,
franchise.
c'est vraiment trop cool un jeu comme ça.
The town seems to be
Ils sont
pretty
vraiment
run
revenus
down.
aux fondamentaux.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Bye. They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says Maps and More on the edge.
Thanks. I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the... Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. It makes things look bigger.
Ah, pour voir les serrures, pour voir le numéro de série.
Nothing says I'm sorry like a dried up old frog.
No worries. I've moved beyond you blinding, burning, blowing up and marooning me all those years ago.
Good to know.
Ah, mais attends.
Somewhat understated and somewhat overpriced. Scrollwork is nice, but there are no numbers here. I'd need a lot of keys to open that. How much for the safe?
It is not for sale at any price. As I said,
Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises.
Okay. Chantier naval.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival.
Si je mets l'éponge dans le seau. Il faudrait de l'eau pour l'éponge.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
Ah, le cachet.
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise
Il y a
him.
une
I tried it
serrure
on
et
though,
j'ai une lentille.
and nothing happened.
The display case is locked. The numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Pirate Times, editor Conrad Lee, ready to publish your unrecognized genius. What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Ah, il a le pied en arrière avec une fausse jambe de bois.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet.
Salut Lithium. Ça commence les emmerdes. Le grand coffre d'escalade, le petit bateau d'escalade. Peut-être aller dans la forêt chercher des trucs. Ah bah je peux lui donner des biscuits peut-être.
I'm hopelessly lost without a map. I'm hopelessly lost without a map. I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Poste de guet, non. Palais du gouverneur. Grenouille du pardon.
This is for you.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
You haven't even bothered to write anything personal on this frog. That's just rude. I reject your frog.
Well, apparently a forgiveness frog doesn't work if the apology you write on it isn't good enough. It's a lot of work being governor. It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
Can we try the frog again?
You haven't even bothered to write anything personal on this frog.
Comment je pourrais écrire?
That's just rude. I reject your frog.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication. And everybody says how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. I promise to do better in the future. This is for you.
Dear Carla, this is a nice sentiment, and it looks like you even know something about me. One thing. You can do better. I reject your frog.
Dear Carla.
Ah ouais. Ah, t'as commencé le jeu?
Sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication. And I always tell people how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. You scare the heck out of me. This is for you.
Ah oui. T'as mis en difficile,
Dear
j'espère.
Carla,
Parce que moi, je l'ai mis en difficile. Hein,
this is
pour
a
avoir toutes
nice
les énigmes.
sentiment, and it looks like you even know something about me. One thing. You can do better. I reject your frog.
C'est pas évident.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication. And I know you're really nicer than people say you are. Please accept my humblest apology. I've implemented a reminder system for myself.
Non, le rappel, j'y crois pas trop.
This is for you.
Dear Carla, this is a nice sentiment, and it looks like you even know something about me. One thing.
Ah, il faut la perfection,
You
c'est
can do
chaud.
better. I reject your frog.
On va essayer d'être plus malin.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication. And I always tell people how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. Even though it wasn't really my fault.
Ça non plus, j'y crois pas trop, mais on sait jamais.
This is for you.
De toute façon, il n'y a pas 36 solutions, les 3 premiers, je suis sûr.
Dear Carla, not really your fault. This isn't an apology. It's an excuse. I reject your frog.
Voilà, c'était sûr. Tu peux faire mieux. Ah, d'accord.
Dear Carla,
Ça roule.
sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication.
Me spoil pas, hein, si jamais à l'avenir.
And everybody says how nice you are. Please accept my humblest apology. I promise to do better in the future.
Merci. Ouais, je pense aussi.
This is for you.
Il faut que je lui parle.
Dear Carla, this is a nice sentence. One, I reject.
On va papoter.
I should let you get back to governing.
Yes, you should.
Oui, c'est les jaunes et le violet.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station.
Je pense savoir, mais je vais être sûr. Ok.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid! You look like you're having a good time. That's nice.
I don't remember this place being so leaky.
They finally installed running water.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping.
They say the only real prison is the one in your head. But take it from me, that's a load of barnacles.
I skipped school the day they taught lockpicking. I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget. Most of this serial number has been rubbed off.
Hi there.
Hi there. can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush!
Hey, kid! Word of advice, kid. Stick to the narrow straights.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
Cool. J'ai avancé.
I'll stay on this side of the bars, just in case. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need...
Attends, on va essayer de parler à Whitey Bones.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Ouais, ok. Elle dit peut-être quelque chose d'intéressant.
If any clock were the exception to that rule, it would be this one. It doesn't look finished. Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. All their highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty?
Ah bah...
It's an extraordinary
Attends qu'il ait fini de
adventure
parler.
with an interface of
On va parler de
magic,
Discord.
stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
Discord, en fait, il y a un Noël, j'avais eu 500 balles. Et ça suffisait pas pour 2 jeux. Et j'étais saoulé de chez saoulé. Il y avait un jeu en promo dans mon sorte de Micromania de l'époque, ça devait être un Game Store, machin ou quoi. Il y avait Discord, il était à 299 francs. Et du coup, je l'ai acheté avec une souris sur PlayStation. J'ai acheté la souris PlayStation qui était à 150 balles ou 200 balles. Et j'avais que ça jusqu'à mon anniversaire au 11 octobre. Et j'ai fini le jeu sans Solus. Et je peux te dire que j'étais pas peu fier, j'avais tout essayé. Mon gars, on essayait avec des potes, on se creusait la tête. C'était la folie, quoi. Et je me rappelle encore la luciole pour changer le temps, le M16, le dragon à la fin, c'était la folie. Ouais, grave. Mais ces jeux-là. Mais en fait, moi, je suis pas forcément fort aux jeux vidéo, mais j'ai une patience infinie.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Mais peut-être moins aujourd'hui, hein. Surtout que j'ai d'autres jeux. Donc,
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
Ouais. Et Après, ouais, peut-être que j'ai un souvenir biaisé, hein. Peut-être qu'un pote avait lu une soluce, m'avait aidé sur 2-3 trucs, mais...
I said not to touch that. You don't use someone else's mop.
Why not?
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
La tête réduite.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
La corde.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the
Quand j'avais vu les images du jeu, j'avais peur pour les graphismes, mais c'est parfait.
You are one.
Ils ont réussi à respecter l'ambiance tout en le rendant moderne et nouveau. Franchement, c'est une réussite. Et on a les mêmes les couleurs pour les dialogues, tout est à l'ancienne, c'est génial quoi. Ouais, grave.
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would
J'avais pas fini
it seemed
tout ce
crazy
qui...
to me
J'ai
at the
pas
time
nourri les
too,
canards
but
avec le
don't
gamin.
forget, it was all so I could board
Je
a
pensais
ship,
pas que
take
c'était,
command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
Tant pis. Ouais, il me faut un manche.
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. Would you make crackers if I gave you some cracker mix?
That stuff is strictly for home and office use. We pros don't touch it.
To whom it may concern. Sorry for forgetting your birthday. Sincerely, Guybrush.
Je vais essayer avec Wally. Non. Du coup, c'est à droite. Ouais, ça marche. Merci, Lithium.
It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Dear Wally, sorry for blowing you up that one time. Sincerely, Guybrush. Nothing says I'm sorry like a dried up old frog.
No worries.
Ouais, non,
I've
ça,
moved
il se
beyond
répète.
you blinding, burning, blowing up and marooning me all those years ago.
Good to know. Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
If one monocle is good, two is better.
Ah, c'est bien ça. Du coup, je peux aller chercher le bandeau. La boutique de souvenirs dans le musée. Chantier naval musée.
Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down.
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hiya. I found some cracker mix. You could bake fresh crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do.
Ok, bon bah ça c'est une bonne chose.
I've got enough to last me. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This will be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps. It doesn't fit.
What? Is something wrong?
Well, I was just wiping a smudge off the glass.
Oh, all right. But be careful. Guard parrots are attack trained.
The display case is locked. This is awesome. Now I can open one of the jail cells.
Hein? Ah oui, non.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
I should let you get back to governing.
Yes, you should.
Looks sort of like an eye. I think it's a chandelier.
La brosse à dents.
Classic and subtle. Like me. But I don't need to be wearing this right now.
Things are not what they seem. All keys are gold. It's the way of keys. No one ever works together. All want their own prize. When they get close to finding it, suddenly they are gone.
It seems to be stuck closed. It's hopeless. It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. Pirate Times, editor Conrad Lee, ready to publish your unrecognized genius. Property foreclosed by order of Madison Enterprises. Snazzy sign. Wally's done well for himself. Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Bye. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep...
Well, it's good to have. This place has kind of gone downhill. What kind of person would just paint on a wall like that? Elaine would never have stood for this when she was governor. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Cardla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Port Elizabeth. The name seems to fit even better than it used to. Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Yo-ho!
Fancy. You look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse. Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
If I brought you a recipe, Could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks.
Wow, c'est spécial.
Stay away from my mom.
Ah, il faut qu'il cuisine pour que je puisse prendre un bout de bois. On va aller au bureau du gouverneur. Non.
Re-elect Governor Carla. She's dedicated to dedication. Hi again. I'm thinking about going on LeChuck's expedition after all.
I'm glad to hear you decided to patch things up.
No, he doesn't want me on the ship. I'm blacklisted. I'm gonna have to go in disguise.
These Shakespearean comedies just write themselves.
Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication. As shown by your actions at Port Elizabeth, please accept my humblest apology. I promise to do better in the future. This is for you.
Dear Carla, I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm strangely moved to forgive you for losing my book. And I'll treasure this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Oh, all right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this. I found this at the governor's mansion.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush.
Ah, ça avance, c'est cool. Je suis trop fort. Hop, allez, vas-y mon Wally.
Wally, here's a sample of the wood you wanted. Can you make me a map now?
10 minutes.
Sure, here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
Ok. Donc on va à la forêt. Ah cool. Avec M, j'ouvre la map. Donc là, hop, tac.
Guess I lost my way.
Ouais, j'ai fait de la merde. Plante carnivore, violette. Carnivore, violette. Faut aller vers le haut. Putain, mais c'est quoi cette merde?
I guess I lost my way. Guess I lost my way.
Pourquoi j'y comprends rien? Carnivore violette. Bah ouais, mais déjà le premier il est pas sur la map. Droite, hein. Tac, tac. Ensuite, il est là. Violet. Je devrais être là.
Guess I lost my way.
À droite. À droite. À droite. En haut. À gauche.
Mind your mama, little prickly kids. It's like there's a welcoming committee. Wow! The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare, endangered Malay Island mop handle tree.
Putain, c'est horrible.
Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. Hey, little dear. I'll take a shortcut back.
Un raccourci.
I made him up. It's a single perfect instrument that I will keep and use for a life.
Threepwood, are you trying to fool me by wearing an eye patch? That is the worst disguise I've ever seen.
No, of course not. Just having a little eye trouble. Blepharospasm.
Oh, try some cashews. You might be short on magnesium. Or wits.
Darn, I thought this thing was supposed to be magic. I must have forgotten something. I better take off this eye patch first. Hey, watch it!
This will be excellent.
Busy?
Yep.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
He'll never complain again.
Look at my new mop. I made it myself.
That's a fantastic mop. Absorbent, expertly carved handle. It should last you a lifetime of fine mopping. Brilliant innovation. Seems like a lot, but okay.
Looks like a mugshot. Nice hat pin.
It's the emblem of a secret society I belong to.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Yo ho!
Don't look now, but I think there's a leech on your chin.
Buzz off.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so long. Just bring me what the governor...
Of course, sir. Sorry. Hi, Cobb.
You again. I know you.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Wanted. Any information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons who destroyed the historic mop tree. I'll, keep an eye out for them. Hi again. See anything interesting out there?
Change. The future.
Are those the names of ships? All I can see is open water.
It's what I named my cataracts.
Huh. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? I don't want to wreck my brand new shiny knife. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. It always looks bigger on this side of the island. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships.
Faudrait que je brosse à dents, mais comment? Poste de guerre, rue basse, rue haute, musée. Là, peut-être. Là, attends, ouais, je peux aller là.
I remember when this place used to be wall to wall with sword training gyms. Now there's nothing but trees. Progress.
Oh, hi. I've got some bad news. Someone stole John Laney's eye patch.
No. Some people have no respect for private property.
It must have happened right after you left. Did you see anyone on your way out?
Not a soul.
Vraiment rien ici.
Crossword?
No, as a matter of fact. I'm working on acquisition leads. The museum hasn't got a centerpiece now because someone walked away with my eye patch. I'm not sure how they got past the guard parrot. But rest assured, I'll be beefing up security immediately.
Good idea. Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the Dread Pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melee.
Tell me again about the hook.
That once belonged to the Dread Pirate Meat Hook.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, That's the reason she's no longer with us.
What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
On va aller voir Vaudou. Ça fait longtemps.
What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
Can you fix this?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If you bring me one more thing. A particular charm of great power.
You couldn't have told me this earlier?
I could have. You must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then I will recharge your eye patch.
The bite of 1,000 needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
No.
All right, see what I can do.
Morsure de 1000 aiguilles.
Can you tell me where to find the bite of 1,000 needles?
I wish I could.
Me too.
On va aller chez Wally, hein.
Hey, Wally. Bye. It's soft and extra fuzzy. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better. The note says, forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better.
Hey, kid!
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son!
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
See you later.
Yep. Jail is like a bad breakfast. Small, greasy, and hard to swallow.
On va chez le gouverneur.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Can I borrow this book?
One book at a time. I only trust you so far. Stay out of my bedroom, Threepwood.
I've seen that same painting on a box of frozen. Elaine told me that's Lauder Neckbeard, second governor of Melee Island. His overly strict morals and overly lax regulatory policies helped make the island what it is today. I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Edgy. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done.
Ouais. 1000 aiguilles.
You can find a golden key, but you cannot own it. A lock is a beautiful thing. A key, even more so. If you listen close, you can hear the gears grinding. They're mostly gone now. Hardly anyone left to pick up the pieces. The queen always gives way to a new queen. She vanished along with the ship. I told her not to go. The secret smells like popcorn. Some islands you should not visit. But what can you do? I got my golden key. But then, that is not enough. Lights out always comes sooner than you think. He's doomed. But that's what you get when you get involved with a woman of station. They all think they deserve it. Well, they do and they don't. It's a fairly good story. I wonder if there will be a sequel.
Je sens qu'il y a un truc.
I got my golden key. But then, that is not enough. If you listen close, you can hear the gears grinding.
Et cette porte que j'arrive pas à ouvrir, elle est coincée.
It seems to be stuck closed. I'm no good at jimmying things. I don't see anything useful here.
Bon, faut qu'elle m'aide, hein. C'est pas possible.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
Can you tell me where to find the Bite of 1,000 Needles?
I wish I could.
Me too. How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Corina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
I'll get back to browsing the shop.
Act fast. Supplies are limited.
Next time I'm in a drum circle, this would come in handy.
All my merchandise is top shelf.
Can't you at least wait until I say what I'm thinking? It's creepy. Not very practical. The scroll work is nice, but there are no numbers here. I'd need a lot of keys to open that. This key doesn't fit. This key doesn't fit. Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Not for me. I'm not going to touch it. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Looks like it's been there forever.
J'ai dû rater un truc, hein.
The curtains are for sale too?
Everything goes. They'd make a great dress.
Bon.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh.
Three teaspoons in a tablespoon.
It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling.
Ok, j'ai un portrait, c'est bien. Ça faisait longtemps que j'avais pas eu un nouvel objet.
It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling.
Peut-être un objet ici que j'ai pas pris.
It's probably time for them to fly south. Another resource has given its all in support of my... I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. Hey, little dear. Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals.
Bon, on va pas tarder à arrêter. Le portrait... Il y a des portraits au palais du gouverneur. Sinon j'ai une autre idée pour... J'ai une autre idée avec le portrait. On va aller au Scum Bar.
When they get close to finding it, suddenly they are gone.
Mais je peux pas rentrer là?
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work. Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only... Hey, Wally. You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. Haha, a little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh. Hey, Wally. Busy?
Yep.
Bon, il y a la fiche.
Waiter, I can't understand why this is taking so... Just bring...
Of course, sir. Fancy. Food is more exciting when you can smell the risk.
Ingredients indeed.
Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday.
Oh, il y a un truc qui me manque là.
It's like a miniature dance party.
Coming along nicely.
Nah, that one's got a damaged handle, and mine's brand new.
Oops. Oh, well, probably fine. Do I really have to salt it so often?
you pointy little trichiophyte. There you go. Bite of 1,000 needles.
Tell me, is this an ancient, powerful charm, or simply a plant you found in the forest?
You were pretty opaque about what you wanted, even for you. I took my best shot.
Very well. You've always been the close enough sort.
Thanks.
Come, spirits of deception and death, drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. John Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
Hey.
Take pity on him and bring him the power to hide from his enemies.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Well, how do I look? Ah! What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
One does the best one can with the materials provided.
I'll just wear it when I really need to. Ugh.
You're welcome.
I think I'm ready to set sail.
Je pensais pas que l'indice serait aussi violent.
I should move farther away from the quartermaster so she doesn't see me. How do you like my mop? It's custom built.
Oh, I think that might be someone I used to know. Wait a minute. I've seen this mop before. Where did you get it?
I stole it from a pirate.
Oh, LeChuck will like that. I happen to need a swabby. You interested?
Definitely.
You're hired.
Great.
We'll be getting underway soon. Why don't you come on board and I'll introduce you to the crew?
I'm excited to see my stateroom. When's a good time to discuss the benefits package?
Threepwood's on LeChuck's ship. He's got some kind of disguise. From the bargain bin, it looks like.
So what?
You don't think this could be a problem? We didn't plan for him.
I hate not knowing what's going on. I should have taken him out the minute he walked in here.
Don't worry, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah? How?
I've got a spy on board the ship.
Ouais, je vais passer à BG. On attend la fin de tout ce qui va se passer maintenant et puis je sauvegarde et je vous retrouve. Alors voilà, deuxième partie. Du coup, je reviens dans un petit quart d'heure.
So once you were on LeChuck's ship, you
Après
turned
ça.
the tables on them. You whipped out your sword and said, "I'm your captain now. Take me to Monkey Island, or you'll all walk the plank."
More or less.
The name's Gullet, but you're not to call me that. To you, I'm the first swab, and I want to hear the capital letters when you say it.
Capital 1. Got it.
And this is the old. You'll be spending a lot of time down here.
I thought we'd have a union or something. How much time is a lot of time?
All of it. You work here, you sleep here, you take your meals here. Forget the world you knew before. This hold is your world. The hull is your ground. The deck is your sky. And I am your deity of choice. A cruel and vengeful deity. I only have one simple rule. You are not to leave this hold under any circumstances. Any questions?
What if I need to, you know...
Use the portal. Don't get anything on the ledge outside, though. I hate an unsightly ledge.
What happens if I leave?
I said you're not to leave under any circumstances.
Well, I know, just hypothetically. What if I did?
The worst punishment you can imagine.
Which is...
I throw you back down here. Nothing's worse than this.
Where's my bunk?
You might be all right inside one of the crates. Otherwise, be sure to cover your eyes. The chickens like to peck. But it's probably safest if you don't sleep at all. The chickens have their ways.
What's for dinner?
Oh, we'd like a bit of dinner, would we? Well, perhaps we can arrange a bit of roast duck under glass for your majesty. But seriously, learn to catch rats. You can drown them in your mop bucket. They make their own sauce.
What am I supposed to be doing exactly?
No recruits. You're all thicker than the chickens.
Is that the whole answer?
You're supposed to be swabbing. I want this hold sparkling, as if it was clean. Now, get to work.
Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
Allez. À tout de suite, salut.
Hey, tell me the truth. Are we still in a game?